That's fantastic, because the ideal situation is to get with a female that isn't a 304, that's going to respect you, that's going to follow you, etc. Because I just understand that religion, unfortunately, it will keep some women in line, but it won't keep others in line. And I saw some of the debate that you and CJ were having, where you were saying, look, I understand that marriage is a institution that's dangerous in today's day and age, but this is why we need to remove the state, make it religious only, because religion is a very good buffer on female hypergamy, to shame them, right? Because you have the
social key, the social.
You have these social things where they keep women in line, and if you're able to kind of like fix in that way, that's great. Because I've said that before too. Like, if you want to go ahead and get married, just do it religiously. Don't do it with the state.
Yeah.
And then adding the component of shame and community, that will make them want to stay in the marriage more.
Along with propaganda.
Yeah.
And the basic idea, the idea is, but that's some possible future. It's like, no, that's right now. Right this second, the Orthodox and Catholic churches are keeping families together by doing this, by having the social ecclesiastical authority to help govern people's marriages. And they do a good job. And the thing is if the women are involved heavily in the church, that becomes part of their social circle. And you know as well as I do that most women are the sum of their social circle, just like men are. And divorce as a social contagion, right? And leaving your man, social contagion often. If you're around a woman who's divorced, what happens? She starts telling the other women,
absolutely,
get fucking divorced.
It's literally cancer.
It's cancer. Yeah, it's a social contagion. So the churches right this second, the traditional churches, are assisting men with this. And if it's the case that you want to get married right now, there's nothing valuable about secular marriage. It's totally garbage. It's always been fucking trash. And it was always going to lead to this. It's totally garbage. Married right now, there's nothing valuable about secular marriage. It's totally garbage. It's always been fucking trash. There's nothing valuable about secular marriage. It's totally garbage. It's always been fucking trash. And it was always going to lead to this. Marriage to me only is religious.
Yeah, I agree.
And so if that's the case, we're talking about marriage, that it's a religious institution. The religious institutions ought to be what's governing it. And that it's a religious institution, the religious institutions ought to be what's governing it. And that it's a religious institution, the religious institutions ought to be what's governing it. And when they do, man, the outcomes are better. Now, how does that affect secularists? The idea here, Andrew, okay, what about all the secularists? Well, secularists shouldn't get married. What is the value of getting married if you're a secular? It's a religious institution. What are you even doing? What is the value of getting married if you're a secular? It's a religious institution. What are you even doing getting married? It's worthless to most of them, and that will put them in a terrible position.
And that's why gays
But let me ask you, if you had to get married right now today, right this second, and it was blind, you just had, and all you knew was this, that you could pick between a secular woman, a Catholic woman, or an Orthodox woman. Those were your three choices, okay? And you were going to be stuck with them forever, right? And you didn't want them to cheat. What would you pick?
Who's the hottest? For a long-term marriage, I'd go with the more religious woman, the Orthodox.
Yes, the Orthodox or the Catholic, of course, right? So then the idea, so what we've just established is very simple there. The idea is if you're going to get married right now, and you want a prescription right now, Myron just told you that the only prescription is going to be that you're married to a woman who's heavily religious in a heavily religious institution, and you are too, or don't fucking do it. And that was what the debate with CGA was.
Yeah.
And what he didn't understand because he couldn't shut the fuck up long enough to hear what the argument was.
It was crazy because I listened to some of it and I totally understood your argument, because I've said that before. I said, look, if you can get married without the state involved and have like what I call training wheels, right? Like, these social training wheels, because with women, what I've realized is like their kryptonite is shame. The religious institutions do that for you.
Yes.
You better not leave.
Wait, the police is going to go and govern your sex life? Yeah. Well, they don't go in your bedroom and do that. No. They don't need to.
Yeah.
Because what happens is the entire social order of the religious institution. What's my proof?
It does not.
Islam. What's my proof? Islam.
Yeah.
What's my proof of the religious institution? What's my proof?
It does not.
Islam. What's my proof? Islam.
Yeah.
What's my proof? Right? What's my proof?
It does not.
Islam. What's my proof? Islam.
Yeah.
What's my proof? Right? If you're inside of a religious nation, those women fucking behave. Holy shit, they behave. Of a religious nation, those women fucking behave. Holy shit, they behave. Of a religious nation, those women fucking behave. Holy shit, they behave. When you're inside of this nation, right, if you're inside the traditional churches, they're not beaten down like what they do with Islam. They don't have to wear shufas around their head. They don't have to be second class. They don't have to do any of that. but their behavior is governed within a social circle
Yeah.
and with priests who are assisting as spiritual fathers inside of their lives with a community that helps with serious marriage problems. Marriages have serious problems.
Of course.
And what secularists do is they go to psychologists who are 20-year-old bimbos fresh out of school. They don't know shit about nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't know shit about nothing.
Like, yeah.
So,
Not
yeah.
95